Hello everyone. So in this video, let me try to explain the hash table. So the hash table is a very interesting data structure that allows us to store things in a key as a key value pair. And let me try to show you what I mean by that. So think of a hash table as a table that looks like the following. So it looks pretty much like an array, but it's a little bit different. And each of these rows will be known as buckets. So the interesting thing about hash table is that you store key value pairs. So for example, let's say you are storing things like, for example, the last name. Let's say last name is Smith, right? And let's say the key is Smith, and the value would be, since last name, let's say you store like something like the social security number, right? So for a given key Smith, you get the value 111111111. And let's think of another one here. My last name in, and let's say you get like a social security number 22222222. So in a hash table, the keys go through what's known as hashing and gets translated into an index into this array. So this can be the Smith can get the index 1, M can get 0. So when I go to store it for index 1, 0, and 1, there's M, and there's that social security number, and here there's the and social security number right there. So the hash table allows us to store these key value pairs into an underlying sort of array, a table. And what does this do for us? Well, this allows us to quickly access the value based on a key. So so if you know the key, I can immediately calculate a given hash code, and then I can retrieve it very quickly. And you might be asking, oh, well, what is the advantage of using a hash table over something like an array list? Well, what's nice about the hash table, it makes searching very easy. So, for example, I mean, think of an array list, and let's say you were storing the same elements that we talked about. Let's say you store a key value pair, last name, where the keys are last name and the values are the social security number. Well, to search for a specific element, you would actually have to go over each element in the array list. So to really look up a specific element in an array list, you have to actually go over every one of them, right? But in a hash table, what's great is that as long as you have the key, getting the value is just what's known as a constant time. In other words, it's just 1 or 2 steps. And I'll explain why it can take more than 1 step later on. But for now, let's just say that it takes a very short amount of time, right? So now that we know why the advantage of using a hash table, let's go ahead and see this in action in Java. Okay, so here it goes.